In this video, we will focus on placing your feet in the correct position and then also going through some exercises that focus on spinal alignment, also making sure that we use our feet correctly, and there'll be a little bit of balancing involved, okay? So first, start by standing with your feet in parallel, okay? Your feet are about as wide as your hips. And I want you to feel as if you are standing evenly across your feet, okay? So feel that you are on the center of your heels. We tend to roll inwards, okay? So try and roll onto the center of your heels. Press even weight through your big toe knuckles or your big toe pads, your baby toe pads, and then just stand up really tall, right? Once you feel like your weight is evenly distributed over your feet, then just get the sense of whether your pelvis is directly above your heels, okay? Like I mentioned in the email that accompanies this video. Okay, so now, and I'm going to turn so that you can see what happens with my spine. I want you to think of keeping your tailbone long, okay? As you inhale, you're just going to let the knees bend without your spine or your chest coming forwards. Exhale, pushing up. So imagine you're standing against a wall. So the back of your head, your shoulder blades, your tailbone would be sliding down that wall. So you're basically just keeping everything stacked, shoulders stacked above your hips, hips and pelvis basically above your heels. So we don't bend forwards, right? We're not doing a squat like that. We're just working on flexing the ankles, and what you may notice is that your calves start to stretch, and this may kick in quicker for some people if your calves feel particularly tight. How far can you bend the knees before your heels need to lift up? Can you keep your chest back and your knees going straight over your toes? Knees need to point directly forwards. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn around again. Same position through the feet. Just lift up into your toes. Ripple through your feet to come down. Again, can you focus on that spinal alignment? Can everything stay as it was? Just lift your heels up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Try and keep your ankles parallel to each other, or your heels parallel to each other. Lifting up as high as you can. Find that balance point and then ripple through your feet to come down. Okay, so now we're going to combine that movement. We're going to bend your knees, your heels are down. Lift your heels up. Push yourself all the way up, your heels are still up. Now lower them down. Again, let's bend the knees and then lift the heels up. So you're trying to keep everything stacked. Head above shoulders, shoulders above hips, hips above your heels. We bend, we lift the heels up, push into your toes and ball the foot, and then lower the heels. Okay, so now we're going to reverse that. We first lift your heels. Then slowly, steadily, we bend the knees. Remember, you're still sliding down that wall. Lower your heels. So here we get a deeper calf stretch and push back up. I'm going to continue turning around this way. Keep lengthening your tailbone. Lift the heels. Slowly slide down that imaginary wall. Going as low as you can. Somewhere where you can get those heels down, feeling that stretch and pushing back up. Let's do 2 more times. Lift and lower. Strong, steady, stable spine. Push up. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. 1 more time. The knees come forwards. We slide down that wall, lower the heels, and come up. Now we're going to take a wider stance, okay? So if you're standing on a mat, your feet would be a little wider than your mat. Toes slightly pointed out. We're going to lift the heels up. Lower them down. Keep dropping your tailbone towards the floor. lifting up, lowering down. Good, let's just do a few more of those. You'll start to notice that your calf muscles start to contract as you lift the heels. And one more time. Keeping the heels down, send your tailbone straight down towards the floor. So it's bending the knees and pushing back up. I'm going to turn around again. Imagining you're still sliding down that wall. Your chest does not come forwards, your knees stay wide. Going as low as you can, sinking deeper into the hips, the hip joints, and then pushing through your feet to come up. Still think about whether you're standing through the center of your heel and you're distributing your weight evenly through your feet. Okay, so now we're going to combine the movement. I'm going to turn around again. You're going to lift your heels up, bend your knees, lower your heels, push yourself back up. Lift your heels, keep going as high as you can with the heels. Keep the heels up as you bend your knees. Then push your heels down to stand up. Okay, let's do that again. We're nearly there. Knees stay wide, tailbone stays long. Focus on that spinal alignment, bending the knees, lowering the heels, push up. Okay, we're going to reverse that. So we keep the heels down as we bend the knees. Now from here, lift your heels up, but try and stay low. Push yourself all the way up, then lower the heels. Oh, it's getting tough. Okay, so we bend. Lift. Stay low as you lift the heels. Really work into those feet. Again, standing evenly across the big toe, the baby toe. Lower the heels. Let's do two more. And lift. Good. Quads are going to start working. Oh, they kicked in a while ago actually. Last one. Long through the tailbone, lengthening through the spine. Push the head up to the ceiling and lower your heels. Walk your feet back together, and that's your little sequence to practice at home. Thank you.